Hello everyone, sorry about the wait and the extremely late start to the evening, unfortunately. So, in order to make up for that, I will be going for a little bit longer than I normally do. There we go. Now I can keep an eye on both of those. Alright, and today, before we get started with the main event for tonight, we've got a little thing with Solus that needs to be dealt with.
Something wrong with your tea?
It is tea. I detest this stuff. But this morning, I need to shake the dreams from my mind. I may also need a favor.
You just have to ask.
One of my oldest friends has been captured by mages, forced into slavery. I heard the cry for help as I slept.
I'd be happy to help. What did these mages use to capture your friend? Blood magic?
A summoning circle, I would imagine.
I'm sorry?
My friend is a spirit of wisdom. Unlike the spirits clamoring to enter our world through the rifts, it was dwelling quite happily in the Fade. It was summoned against its will, and wants my help to gain its freedom and return to the Fade.
I thought spirits wanted to find their way into this world.
Some do, certainly. Just as many Orlesian peasants wish they could journey to exotic Rivain. But not everyone wants to go to Rivain. My friend is an explorer, seeking lost wisdom and reflecting it. It would happily discuss philosophy with you, but it had no wish to come here physically.
Do you have any idea what the mages want with your friend?
No. It knows a great deal of lore and history, but a mage could learn that simply by speaking to it in the Fade. It is possible that they seek information it does not wish to give, and intend to torture it.
All right. Let's go get your friend.
Thank you. I got a sense of my friend's location before I awoke. I'll mark it on our map.
Oh boy. This is not going to end well, and I can already tell. Solus, you have to come. Cole, you're coming, and... Actually, Cole, you stay here. I don't want to traumatize you any more than I already have. Let's bring Dorian and Bull. We don't need a rogue for this, in my opinion. Oh boy.
Thank you for this, Inquisitor. We are not far from where my friend was summoned.
Oh boy, here we go.
My friend.
The mages turned your friend into a demon.
Yes.
You said it was a spirit of wisdom, not a fighter.
A spirit becomes a demon when denied its original purpose.
So they summoned it for something so opposed to its own nature that it was corrupted. Fighting?
Let us ask them.
A mage! You're not with the bandits? Do you have any lyrium potions? Most of us are exhausted. We've been fighting that demon.
You summoned that demon! Except it was a spirit of wisdom at the time. You made it kill! You twisted it against its purpose!
I understand how it might be confusing to someone who has not studied demons, but after you help us, I can...
We are not here to help you.
Word of advice? I'd hold off on explaining how demons work to my friend here.
Listen to me. I was one of the foremost experts in the Kirkwall Circle.
Shut up. You summoned it to protect you from the bandits.
Yes.
You bound it to obedience, then commanded it to kill. That is when it turned. The summoning circle. We break it, we break the binding. No orders to kill, no conflict with its nature, no demon.
What? The binding is the only thing keeping the demon from killing us. Whatever it was before, it is a monster now.
Inquisitor, please!
I've studied rituals like this. I should be able to disrupt the binding quickly.
Thank you. We must hurry!
Ah. There we go.
Tel Abalos en Asal Atalim. Mamilava Halani. Malasuladinadas. Magilani Midanan.
Manuvinen. Dareth Shara.
I heard what it said. It was right. You did help.
No. I must endure.
Let me know if I can help.
You already have. All that remains now is then.
Thank you. We would not have risked the summoning, but the roads are too dangerous to travel unprotected.
You tortured and killed my friend.
We didn't know it was just a spirit. The book said it could help us.
Solus.
Never again. I need some time alone. I will meet you back at Skyhold.
Oh boy.
Inquisitor,
How are you, Solus?
it hurts. It always does. But I will survive.
Thank you for coming back.
You were a true friend. You did everything you could to help. I could hardly abandon you now.
Where did you go?
I found a quiet spot and went to sleep. I visited the place in the Fade where my friend used to be. It's empty. But there are stirrings of energy in the void. Someday something new may grow there.
What happens when a spirit dies?
It isn't the same for mortals. The energy of spirits returns to the Fade. If the idea giving the spirit form is strong, or if the memory has shaped other spirits, it may someday rise again.
You're saying your friend might come back?
No, not really. A spirit's natural state is peaceful semi-existence. It is rare to be able to reflect reality. Something similar may reform one day, but it might have a different personality. It would likely not remember me. It would not be the friend I knew.
I'll let you get back to work.
All right. Thank you again.
Yikes. And this right here is the problem with
Inquisitor.
people with the Chantry, really. The Chantry is so afraid of magic
Your worship.
that they actively cause the entire situation that they are so afraid of. Ah, there you are.
Inquisitor, Do you have a moment? What were you like before the anchor? Has it affected you? Changed you in any way? Your mind? Your morals? Your spirit?
I don't believe so.
Ah,
Why do you ask?
you show a wisdom I have not seen since my deepest journeys into the ancient memories of the Fade. You are not what I expected.
I don't think of myself as different from anyone.
Perhaps not in the form of your body, no. You have shown subtlety in your actions. A wisdom that goes against everything I expected. If the Dalish could raise someone with a spirit like yours, have I misjudged them?
Honestly, it depends upon the Dalish clan. Let's be real. There are multiple different ways of thinking when it comes to the Dalish. There are some Dalish out there who view the elven gods as monsters. There are some who view the elven gods as actual deities, worthy of worship. And there are some who, quite frankly, who very much deserve the most hilarious beating in existence. But that's life. Life is complicated.
Most of the Dalish care more about impressing other hunters with a good shot, or talking about how awful humans are. There are only a few who seem to care about the old ways.
Perhaps that is it. I suppose it must be. Most people act with so little understanding of the world, but not you.
So what does this mean, Solus?
It means that I respect you deeply, Inquisitor. And I have disturbed you enough for one evening.
It is a very interesting conversation to have, if I'm being brutally honest. Very weird conversation. Ah. Wait, oh crap, I forgot to throw that, and I'll put that on the war table. Whoops. Well, luckily for me, I still have a little bit of time, so I can go ahead and do that real quick. Right after I check to make sure Solus is set for now.
My friend.
Ah, good.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Excellent. Okay, now we're going to go get that war table thing going. And then we can begin Wicked Heights and Wicked Hearts. And boy, howdy, have I been waiting for this one. Because this one is gonna be a doozy. Alright. Find Simpson's weakness. How long is that gonna take? 16 minutes?
Let us begin.
Alright. While we're waiting on that, we can go ahead and let's have the other people get to work on resources.
Let's see what we have.
There we go. Alright, while that is going, recommended levels 12 to 15. And I am pretty sure way above that. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. An assassin is stalking the Empress. Celine's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halem Shiral, Celine is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus' assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to extend to keep him from destroying Orlais. If we hurry.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Which is bad for Thetis, quite frankly.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halam Shiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress?
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
Agreed.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
Alright, before we get started, I want to go ahead and go over basically the Great Game, as it is called here in Dragon Age. The Great Game, or the Game of Thrones, or pretty much any whatever version of this you want to call it, is basically the game of politics. And the way I could huge oversimplification when I say this. I want you to imagine you have a board game, and on the front cover it says politics on the front. The way the game is played is you have three main currencies. You have paper, which represents all of your soft, for lack of a better term, all of your soft power, your treaties, your alliances, your stuff of that nature. Anything that has something, your protocols, blah 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 blah, your laws even. It's all of the legalese that you have at your disposal in order to make a situation happen. Next up, you have knives, and knives are actually not what you might theoretically think of, though they are included. Knives are all of your, for lack of a better term, mid-power. Instead of being hard or soft, it's the underhandedness, your ability to make things go through not political means and not military means, but through underhanded and backroom deals. For example, let's say your spies, your servants, your blah 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 blah. These are all of your, for lack of a better term, lower class support. And finally, we have the stick, your sticks. And sticks represent all of your military capacity, your ability to win through an iron fist. For all the good and bad that does you. Now, really good players of the Great Game are able to basically have a lot of all three of these. Unfortunately, the three great players that we have currently do not have this issue, or are not good players of the game. They are all relatively decent players of the game, in the fact that each and every individual is a specialist. Celine is somebody who has a lot of paper. Empress Celine is somebody who has a lot of paper, no knives whatsoever, and some sticks, and that's about it. Gaspard is somebody who has a lot of sticks, very few knives, and not a lot, and no paper whatsoever. Meanwhile, Briala, the Elvish ambassador, air quotes there, is somebody who has a lot of knives not much in the way of paper, some, but not much, and no sticks whatsoever. See how quickly this is spiraling out of control and gets really, really complicated. Welcome to Orlais. This is their culture, effectively. Now we're gonna table this for a little while, and we're going. Now the way the game is played is every time you pull out the game, you've got a big board, effectively, and each player has to either achieve whatever their current objective is with the resources that they have, whilst at the same time gaining more resources for future games. With every single and if you win, you get bonuses that you get to apply to next game. And if you lose, you take penalties that will be applied to next game. Now, let's go ahead and give a example of how a game, of how, like, one round, of how, I'm not going to say round, because that's not entirely accurate. Actually, no, let's go with round. One round of the great game is played. I have a pretty decent spread of all three in this particular case. We have Jim Bob over here, who is my rival, and we have Jim Bob 2, who's also a rival of me. Now, each of us has the exact same objective. We just have completely different ideas on how to go about it. For example, in this particular case, we're going to go with, we want to raise the overall national pride within Orlais. Well, I want to do this by holding a grand military parade. Let's just say that's how I would want to do that. Cool. Well, obviously I can submit I have the necessary paper, the necessary military, the necessary, all of that fun stuff to be able to pull that off. I have all of the necessary stuff to do that. But Jim Bob, instead of holding it in the capital, wants to hold it in his home turf, which will make him look good and me look bad, because clearly I can't pull off the situation on my home turf, so why should anybody work for me, right? But Jim Bob 2 has a spy in Jim Bob's camp who I know about. So I can basically go to Jim Bob 2 and say, hey, I know you have a spy in Jim Bob's camp. I'm willing to pay, XYZ and ABC in order for you to use that agent to make Jim Bob come over to my way of thinking. And that's a round of gameplay. And that's basically a round of how that works. I win that round, I get bonuses for next game, and Jim Bob gets penalties for next game. And on and on and on and on and on it goes. Take that and apply it to all of Orlesian culture, and that's basically what's happening here. The problem is that this kind of situation becomes inevitable the longer it goes. Where now we have a few really big players, several some not really high tier players, and a lot of mid-range players. So, yeah, that's basically the entire situation that we've got going with Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. I'm going to go ahead and start the mission now, with that all explained and all of that fun stuff. Let's get this started. I will go over which ending I'm going to go for as soon as probably after after we meet all three of our major players. Okay. Hollow statue locations. Winter Palace. Here we go. Okay. Also, right after I use the restroom, because apparently I need to do that now, which is annoying. Alright, so, before we do that, however, I'm going to pick out our team. We are going to have Dorian, because he knows how the game works, because he plays this, except cranked up to 11 in the halls of Tevinter. We are going to have the Bull, because I guarantee you he probably has contacts within this entire situation. Also because he's ex-Ben Hasrath, so he knows a heck of a lot of situations that's going to happen. And then we're going to bring Varric, because famous person. Alright, and with that, give me 1 second while I use the restroom. I will be right back. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's do this.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Lavellen. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I can see many benefits to such an alliance.
Keep the image firmly in mind. We may see it materialize by the end of the evening. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
Can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
I knew we would get along famously, Inquisitor. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
Tell me there's more to your suspicion than the elves were acting dodgy?
That Ambassador Briala used to be a servant of Celine's. That is, until my cousin had her arrested for crimes against the Empire to cover up a political mistake. If anyone in this room wishes Celine harm, Inquisitor, it's that elf. She certainly has reason. Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that...
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Gaspard. Gaspard is a warmonger, quite frankly. If I were to compare him to a character in another series in another universe, I would refer to him as the Lord Rifa of this particular game. He is politically naive, but has just enough but has all of the necessary political leverage to be able to cause incredible amounts of damage. He is an individual who wants to, quite frankly, make Orlais great again. And quite frankly, good on him. The problem is that he wants to make Orlais great again at the expense of Thedas. Note the two distinctions there. Now, as somebody who has to worry about half of Thedas, it makes it becomes the job of the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor has bigger concerns than Orlais. As much of a superpower as Orlais is not the size of Thedas. It is smaller than Thedas. So yeah, keep that in mind. Also, I'm going to be cheating quite a bit in this particular situation. Palace exterior starting area. Eastern storage door, okay.
Inquisitor!
An elf savage! Maker forbid!
This is Caspar's idea of a joke.
Orlesian nobility looks down on elves. The court watches you with a critical eye. Also, we have to worry about the approval of the courts, because if we allow the court approval situation to get too low, they could kick us out, and then we automatically fail the mission. Let's not do that.
There must be something here.
You there! Grab it! Have you seen a ring anywhere? It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Countess finds out, make her have mercy. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know. Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Court approval. You just gained court approval, which is usually the result of finesse, entertaining people, or keeping up appearances. The higher court approval is, the better.
Is the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it. You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Alright.
Can Gaspar take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force. If the council won't recognize him, he'll march against him.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fae by a trustee?
Aha.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fae by a trustee?
Does anyone have a report on the casualties in the dens?
Acquire storage key. Cool.
This is a private conversation. Please, leave.
Excellent.
Interesting.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Whoops.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
Alright then. Okay then, let's get started.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
I'll keep my guard up. Don't worry.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
It might be a good idea for the others to hear this warning. The bull, in particular.
I'll have a few discreet words. Everything will be fine. And Raste watch over us all.
Oh boy.
Is that the Inquisitor?
A delish. No, that cannot be.
I had no idea.
What is Gaspar up?
Well, that's useful.
Why are there so many elves here?
The Empress invited them. Be polite.
It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you when we're ready.
Seriously, did you get a look at the steps? I think they're gilded. Shit. I just saw 2 dwarves from the Merchants Guild go inside. If anyone asks, I'm not here.
I wish there was more news coming from the convent.
Good news is becoming an increasingly rare commodity.
Okay. Guest Wing Gardens. Okay. Okay. I might just want to look into just getting a guide. Alright, well...
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Lavellan. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
This guy writes better fiction than I do.
Champion of the Blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces?
Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, renowned author Tharic Thethras. Head of noble house Thethras, Desher of Kirkwall to the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle of Arantium, son of Lord Magister Hallwood Pavus of Azariel. the Iron Bull, leader of the famed mercenary company Bull's Chargers. As the name might imply, Sir Callan Stanton Rutherford of Honleith, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
You know what? I am actually going to pull up a guide. Do, 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 do. Alright, here we go. Dagnabbit. Okay.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I'm delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I have no words to suffice. Alam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Tell me, Yvette, how are Mama and Papa? Are they in good health? Do they want for anything? Papa's perfectly happy in his...
Can you believe the Inquisition filled its ranks with apostates? What were they doing in the Western Approach?
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. Such a pity the wing is sealed.
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
How could the Emperors afford to renovate the palace without war going on?
Laurent was the love of my life. You remember my husband? Poor darling. Killed in the war with Ferelden. I still remember. Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Quickly! We can't leave the Delancers this long without drinks.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
that wine stain is never coming out.
When my third... Another time, perhaps?
Can I get you a drink? Look at Lady Cambion's slippers. Trimmed with pearls. And emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
Maximilian sweat.
Okay.
Leave us.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Alright. Whoops.
Boring.
Alright. There we go.
Waste of time. Just gossip.
Heck, have it. Come on.
Just gossip. Good to know.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the coast.
You got anything that needs killing? Because the nobles keep messing with me and they think I don't know they're doing it. This keeps up. I'm gonna wear somebody's skull as my fancy little mask.
Look at this with the eyes of a Ben Hasrath. Tell me what you see.
It's a mess. Everyone's trying so hard to hide that they're walking around in plumage. Makes it tough to spot the dangerous lies, as opposed to the normal stuff. Oh, but that couple over there with the silver masks? The woman's doing one of the nobles. And the guy's doing 2 different servants.
What do you think of the masks the nobles are wearing?
They're no good as disguises, and they don't cover the mouth or hide body language, so they're not much help for lying. As fashion goes, I don't know. I've seen dumber.
Anything catching your eye?
They've got these candied nuts with some kind of spice on them. It's sweet until you swallow, and then, bam! Hot. Also, Orlais has some fine-looking redheads. I go more for the servants personally. Less makeup. Nothing on the assassins, though.
Talk to you later, Bull.
I'll just stay here and eat.
Inquisitor Llewellyn, don't head into the servants' wing if you've had your neck. Not one else gone in there tonight and come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
Oh boy.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Awfully selfish of this Philippe, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the Council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me rant. You are too kind, Inquisitor.
Yes?
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Alright. Bye. Okay.
Well, well. What's this?
I am not talking to you until we get home. Fine by me.
Cool.
Well, that's useful.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
this garden?
Another time, my lord.
My lord! My lord Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
Ah! Come here. Come on. There we go. Okay.
I am always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspar is defeated.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspar is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about our friendly, not so friendly actually, Empress Celine. Empress Celine is quite frankly a weak ruler who pretty much is sitting on a throne of paper. Because that's basically the only reason why she's on the throne right now, is because of all of the paper and the legal stuff that she has. Now, Empress Celine, if I were to describe her as another character in another series, I actually, hilariously enough, continuing the Babylon 5 reference, she is Londo in this particular situation. Specifically, she is Season 1 Londo. Because in Season 1, Londo is basically... he's basically given up, kind of. He is an individual who knows that his country is dying. It is decaying around him, and he knows that, and he can see that right in front of him. It's a thing that is constant, that is happening, and quite frankly, it is, which means that that his country is going to basically fall apart, and he knows this because of the, quite frankly, the way that their society is structured. Sound familiar? Hilariously enough, with when it comes to Orlais. The problem that we have with, and the best part about this, at least in terms of both Season 1 Londo and Empress Celine in this particular case, is both of them basically view it as inevitable. It's happening, and there's nothing that either of them can do. There's nothing she can do about the inevitable decline of the Orlesian Empire. So what she is doing right now, and unfortunately she is an incredibly weak leader, which adds to the pile of things that she's got that is going on, is she is basically... the way I would describe it is she is trying to ease that decline. She fully sees the problems of the Orlesian Empire and fully admits, yeah, no, this is not going to be able to continue. So I'm going to do my level best to basically not speed up the decline of the Empire, but slowly ease it into the decline that is inevitably going to happen. Which is horrifying, quite frankly. And with that, I need to use the restroom again, which is annoying. I really need to stop, like, bringing drinks to these live streams. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, that's what happened. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, let's continue. Okay. Do.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Okay.
This is a private conversation.
Did I hear correctly? If you're interested in bringing the Templars to heel, you may have found an ally.
If that's true, I would welcome an alliance with the Inquisition. I will get in touch with your Lady Nightingale. I have assets that might benefit your cause.
Gentlemen.
This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
Is this how the elite of Tevinter carry on?
You could almost mistake this for a soiree in the Imperium. The same double-dealing, elegant poison canapes. It's lacking only a few sacrificial slaves and some blood magic. But the night is still young.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
I'm trying to keep watch for magic. You know Tevinters. We can't cross a room without casting a spell. If there are Tevinter agents here, we'll find them.
What if your mother were actually here? Where would we be then?
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his earlobe.
I'm having difficulty picturing that.
Picture me a young boy of 5 years then. She certainly always has.
I appreciate that you are willing to come here.
And expose myself to all this exquisite finery and exotic wines? Such hardship.
Not everyone's likely to be friendly. That's all I meant.
It's true. You'd think I smelled of cabbages the way they wrinkle their noses. It's of no concern, but thank you.
Okay.
Is that him? Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the faith I entrusted?
Whoops. Okay, in terms of the lattice, upper garden door. Just one constituent to open. Open this to advance the main quest. Grab the loot from the chest and pick up pieces of the floor. Once you enter the hollow door to obtain the second item objective. Halam Sharal investigation clues. Celine, we can discuss this like adults, can't we? We both know the weapon at Briola's disposal could not only turn the tide of our war, but every war. The Empire must control it. I do not believe you disagree. She is now a greater threat to Orlais than anyone else. If you and I work together, we can wrest control away from her. Do not deceive yourself that she will be open to negotiation or diplomacy. You know her better than anyone. You know that's impossible, Gaspard. Okay. Just yet or rush to the ballroom. Or the rush to the ballroom. Instead, turn right, grab the Veilfire torch, and light the urns in the previous room. Okay. Going to come back to that real quick. Okay. Fail at 10. Okay. It's this one, this one, and this one. Oops. This one, this one, and this one. Okay. Fusion grenade. Defense. Okay. Okay. Steady, turn left past the either door, go down the stairs, find... Up the stairs from the secret study, turn left, pass through either door. Okay. Done. Go down the stairs, find the rooms on the left and right. The room on the right is locked. Only accessible to rogue inquisitors, which I am not a rogue. To the right there is also a hidden book that updates Halam Sharel investigation clues. Okay. The room to the left contains a loot chest and a scandalous secret. Continue down the long hall, picking up another scandalous secret on the tables by the windows. Okay. Room to the left. Down the long hall, picking up other scandal on the table by the windows, 2 double doors leading back to the vestibule. Be sure to open one of these doors to allow easier access later. Okay. Excellent. Return to the room where the balefire is and pick up the letter. Okay.
Should get back to the ballroom.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing it has but
Timing of the entrance can gain or lose court approval. Wait for the second bell.
That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
You may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so. I could use another ally here.
A sentiment I share, considering recent events.
Recent events?
Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough. For the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Okay. Enter the ballroom, which will commence the behind every Empress subquest. Noted entering the ball. Turn right, go down to the side. Okay.
Sail. My dear Maximilian, it took 4 chevaliers to hunt down and killed him.
So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
The things courtiers get up to.
Okay. Do that. Now we converse with Lady Monterio, aka the Dowager.
Sweet Gerard, my 5th husband fell to his death from the bell tower of the Grand Cathedral. To this day, no one knows why he was up there. Lord Inquisitor.
Would you care to dance, Lady Mantio?
You, Inquisitor are a delight. One does not often find foreigners so well versed in the game. But you have other dances to perform first. Perhaps you will save me a dance for later?
Okay. To the bar. The first right, exit the hall to the balcony and talk to Riella.
Good evening, milady.
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you again.
I heard Celine was having the entire wing.
Why would the Empress invite that elf?
The game, of course. Celine has something up her sleeve.
Okay.
Inquisitor Llewellyn, how many of the guests have mistaken you for a kitchen servant? You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep their favor. What brings you to me?
I want to know more about the peace talks. What can you tell me about Celine and Gaspard?
Gaspard is a warmonger. He served in the war against Ferelden and fought a dozen skirmishes on the Navarran border. He's a simple man. Simple men aren't hard to manipulate. Celine is the voice of reason in the Empire. But reason is cautious. Reason looks for compromise. Reason doesn't choose radical change, however sorely it may be needed.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor. Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We are always delighted to speak with you, of course.
Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Good evening.
Until next time, Inquisitor.
Do take care.
Enjoy the masquerade!
Hit the servants' quarters, return to the vestibule, door unlocked. Exit, re-enter the Hall of Heroes, and go to the west end of the lower level. Go through the door to the servants' quarters. Okay.
Duke Gaspard has made a fortunate alliance.
He's fortunate. I wonder if the Lord Inquisitor feels the same.
I didn't want to come. Mother made me. At least Haram Sharal has such a pretty garden. Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this him?
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them.
Where did you hear such nonsense?
Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Those stories are little more than wistful thinking, milady.
Oh, how dull Redcliffe must have been then.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh, yes. As she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette.
Stop. Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
Huh. She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette! That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
Good. She should.
Who was that Inquisition officer over there? You'll never get to talk to him. He wouldn't even dance with the Comtesse d'Argent.
Alright. Servants' quarters, return to the vestibule door and exit. Enter the Hall of Heroes, go to the west, and of the lower level. Alright. Alright then.
This could be worth checking out.
Oh, dagnabbit, I never got around to putting on the right freaking upgrading that armor. Oh well. Is that... Install the party. Okay then. Okay. That ought to do it. Okay. Now that everybody's equipped. Okay, examine the corpse, turn right, go through the archway. Did that.
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
Alright. Counterclockwise into the kitchen. Did not miss the Hala statue on the wooden beam above it. Oh, continue counterclockwise. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Turn right, exit to the gardens. Leave here. Okay. Yep, gardens. Okay. Okay. Before dropping down before the fountain, turn to the left To the back corner of the balcony, there will be a hollow statue, back left corner.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
To begin a cutscene, an emissary for the Council of Heralds is found dead. Okay.
This was no servant. What's he doing here?
Does this guy seem out of place to anyone else?
Is that the Chalon family crest? What have you been up to, Gaspard?
Time to have a word with the Duke.
No! No!
Venator!
Start with these guys.
That must be the Venator leader. Venatori, we're watching this approach. They're organized.
Okay. North, there will be Venatori off. Ladder to reach a balcony with a caprice coin at the end. Enter the adjacent room. Look right to find a hollow statue. Right. Hollow statue. Back down to the ground floor, kill the Venatori if you didn't before, continue west until a vine-covered wall is reached. Okay. Turning left, enter the bedroom. There's a caprice coin on the metal bed to the left. Okay, exit the room, go forward into the kitchen, supply cache there. Turn right, go through the small room in the into the dining room. Okay. This room, dining room. Priest coin on the table between the two flower pots in the southwest corner of the room. There it is. Jeez. Alright. Head south, exit south to the library, exit east from the library into the room with the fireplace and the long tables. Kill the Venatori. Wait, I already read that. Head up the stairs, turn left, clear out the room on the to the left. Okay, that explains it. head up the stairs.
Well, well. Her Imperial Majesty has a fondness for elven keepsakes, I see.
I'll admit, I didn't think the Empress was this sentimental.
Alright, I dealt with that, so now I don't have to worry about any of the hollow statues anymore, but still. Turn right out of the room, past the stairs, and right again, continue. Turn left, follow where the corridor leads.
Fancy meeting you here. Shouldn't you be dancing, Inquisitor? What will the nobility say?
No doubt there's a line of people breathlessly waiting for dances with me.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was. You clean this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
He was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
Are you sure he's behind this? He was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's Orlesian. That smile is his mask. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
You know how to make a sales pitch, Ambassador. I'll give you that.
I do, don't I? I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
Every single major player has tried to bribe you tonight. In Orlais, that means you've officially arrived.
There's so much conniving and backstabbing here. Makes me homesick.
Okay. The last statue that was visible in the cutscene with Briala and any dropped loot from the enemies killed, dropping off the right side to the balcony. Alright. Honestly, I think we can go ahead and care about the rest of this.
Head back to the ballroom. We'll handle this.
All right.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom.
All right.
Did you see that knife-eared servant girl in the kitchen? The ginger.
Keep talking. I am starting to believe I was there.
I need to get one of those.
Don't we all?
Okay.
Inquisitor Lavalin. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Is there something I can do for you, Your Grace?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted. Have the Dalish gained a sudden passion for politics? What do you know about our civil war?
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the Orlesian Empire.
Perhaps it does. I should not be surprised to find the Empire is the center of everyone's world.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
An excellent question. I might ask the same of you, Your Grace.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I have seen a few signs to that effect.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
It's a relief to do something other than fight demons and horrors.
You still face demons and horrors. These ones are simply better dressed.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
The Grand Duchess tried to convince me Gaspard is the traitor, but I'm not sure I buy it.
Florian and her brother are thick as thieves, but she would give him up in an instant to save herself.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
You have an idea, Liliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Liliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
You're asking me to decide what's best for Orlais.
More than that. Whoever controls the Imperial throne will affect all of Thedas.
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. You must support someone, or all is lost.
Then we should support Celine. She is the rightful ruler. Why would we say otherwise?
Because she led Orlais to this point. I say Gaspard, provided his sister is wrong about him.
I would suggest Brialla. She could bring true peace, not only to the Empire, but also to its elves.
This is, however, your decision, Inquisitor, not ours.
I can't decide this. Not yet.
You must. Even inaction is a decision, Inquisitor.
You could speak to Celine in the ballroom, but she won't act. Not without proof.
If Gaspard is guilty, he'll admit nothing. If he's innocent, he knows nothing. We need the truth.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the Royal Wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Okay. There's the trophy room on the north side of the Hall of Heroes and Trick and Best. Okay. Okay.
Is it my imagination? Or are there more Inquisition honor guards now than ever before?
You are acquainted with my darling elf.
Mistress Nightingale.
So many crimes of fashion.
You spoke of Lady Cambienne's shoes earlier. Shouldn't you be focused on other things?
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambienne's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambienne acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
Indeed.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Okay.
Baker, I hope not.
Is there something we may do for you?
We do so enjoy speaking with you.
We will speak to the Empress on your behalf.
I made a fascinating discovery. An elven locket in the Empress's vault.
Oh dear. That is very interesting.
I'll get Her Majesty.
Inquisitor, I regret that we did not have time to speak earlier. No doubt you have questions about many things.
The locket I found. It was a gift from Briala, wasn't it?
She gave it to me for my coronation. I don't know why I kept it. It was a foolish thing to do.
What made the two of you part ways?
She wanted change, and she thought I should deliver it. My word is law, Inquisitor, but laws don't command people's hearts. Culture does not transform itself overnight. I failed her. I should have dared more. But the past, like so many things, is beyond my command.
Maybe you kept it because you still care for Briala.
Perhaps I do. But I cannot put her above all the people of my empire. Dispose of the locket however you like. It means nothing to me.
Oh, we shall see.
We meet again. Given any thought to what I said?
I found an elven locket hidden among Celine's things. This isn't yours, is it?
Let me see that. She kept this. What was she thinking? If Gaspard had found this, it would have ruined her.
It might have meant something to her.
Maybe it did. She held on to it.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Alright then.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
Commander, has anyone ever told you that you have the most remarkable eyes?
Several times this evening, actually.
I told my seventh husband. For now.
Okay. Alright.
Interesting.
Did you see that knife-eared servant girl in the kitchen? The ginger.
Keep talking. I am starting to believe I was there.
I need to get one of those.
Don't we all?
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
Some of those might have gone a bit far.
I told you, Philippe.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
I'm curious. What did you hear about the fight with the archdemon?
They say the army of the Inquisition fought a desperate stand at Haven against the forces of an old god. In the thick of battle, you crossed swords with evil itself. The enemy had you outnumbered and cornered, and you cast down a mountain upon the archdemon and escaped.
Even if a tenth of that is true, it's a remarkable feat.
To be fair, that is half true.
If you like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Really? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone a moment.
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. If we don't hear this story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you, Inquisitor. Let's go.
Alright then. Alright then. Now...
Interesting. Boring. I had no idea.
Alright. Let's turn these into Liliana.
Then my 8th husband.
Mistress Nightingale.
So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
We can use this.
Excellent.
I'm still in mourning for my beloved Etienne.
Alright then.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Right. Okay.
So, even Liliana thought this place was dangerous and you wanted to just walk in here. This party is looking up.
Hello? Is anyone there? Somebody? Anybody?
Oh, thank you.
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace?
Well, not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
Is there anyone else who knows the code and the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess Floriane.
It used to. This had been her private room in Halam Shiral since she was a child. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
What were you trying to find in Floriane's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
This wing is sealed. How did you get in here?
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably handled it.
All sorts of people tonight are taking advantage of this wing being closed.
Briala probably knew it was dangerous and sent me anyway. One more embarrassing secret erased. I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play Revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
Would you be willing to testify to that, if I asked?
Absolutely. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Most Orlesians would say that's Celine's scandal, not Briala's.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
more statue. That's locked on the other side. Okay.
What happened here?
There we go.
You hated Orlesian assholes! When I get out of this, I'll butcher you like the pigs you are!
Alright then.
What happened?
It's not what it looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
I can imagine what you thought your reward would be.
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
Classic, honeypot.
Oh, Orlesians.
I'll protect you from Gaspard if you're willing to testify about Celine's trap.
I'll do anything. Anything.
Oh, crap. Okay, good.
Well, that was Orlesian.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
feeling you were mixed up in all this.
Such a pity. You could almost be Orlesian, if you were just a little quicker. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
What exactly is in this for you?
The wild, of course. I'll deliver the entire south of Thedas, and Corypheus will save me. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Thedas in his name.
Funny.
At this point, I'd think disappointment was an old friend.
You poor deluded thing. You don't know half of what Samson and I have planned. And now I suppose you never will. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill him, and bring me his marked hand. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
Andraste's tits, what was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Maker bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Your accent sounds Ferelden. I thought you were one of Gaspard's mercenaries.
Born and raised in Denerim. Seems like I should have stayed there. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Sticking punsy cheesemongers.
Want a new job? One that pays better? The Inquisition can always use a good mercenary company.
You hiring? I'm game. Anything's better than this bullshit. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it. To arms!
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
Wait here, Cullen. I'm going to have a word with the Grand Duchess.
What? There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
We owe the court one more show, Your Grace.
Inquisitor.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your party. You wouldn't want them to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying, all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance. It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan. Celine, Gaspard, the entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories?
That will be a matter for a judge to decide, cousin.
Gaspard? You cannot believe this. You know I would never... Gaspard?
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out. Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private. Elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing?
Enough! We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
Okay then. Alright, let's go ahead and discuss why I'm choosing why I'm going to do this the way I'm doing this. Gaspard is a really good option for Orlais, not Thetis. And my concern is Thetis. If I put, which means if I put Gaspard on the throne and Gaspard decides to go through with what he's planning on doing, and which is make war with Ferelden and Navarra, then that's quite frankly on me. And again, that's not good for Thetis. If I put Gaspard on the throne underneath Briala, quite frankly, I don't see that situation coming out to a decent conclusion, if for no other reason than because if the Inquisition were to not exist anymore, then Briala's kind of screwed. Because again, she doesn't have any paper to keep her where she is, to keep her in that position at all. And it is also very, very true that Celine is a weak ruler. With a whole lot of cynicism behind that. Now, theoretically, the best possible option would be put all three of them in a position to where they all work together. Quite frankly, I don't see that working out. Especially if the Inquisition... Because, again, the only thing keeping that going is the Inquisition continuing to exist. Soon as that goes away, the entire situation that we just now prevented will kick off yet again. So really, that entire situation is so really the best possible situation for, in my opinion, is to put Briala with Celine. Admittedly, this is at the expense of a seasoned wartime general, yes. But at the same time, the number of benefits to this completely and utterly outweigh the detriments. Because Briala is, quite frankly, an optimist. She is somebody who genuinely wants to bring about a revitalization of the Orlesian Empire. Albeit in a very different manner than Gaspard does, and in such a way that is beneficial towards the elven population of the Empire, but still, she genuinely believes that she genuinely wants to bring about a better situation, which I can respect.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time without Briala's help.
You were working together?
Of course.
We have the note from your general ordering him to move troops covertly into the palace grounds.
It was a defensive choice. I expected betrayal here, just not by my own sister.
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually, you'll convince somebody.
His own mercenary captain will confirm that Gaspard brought hired thugs into the palace for an attack.
Mercenaries? So much for your chevalier honor, cousin.
And of course, he made death threats to the Council of Heralds. Briala found all of this out for your sake, Celine.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no choice but to declare you an enemy of the Empire. You are hereby sentenced to death.
I think Ambassador Briala deserves some reward for uncovering all this.
I can scarcely believe you did all this for me.
Celine.
Thank you, Inquisitor, for all your efforts tonight. I owe you my life, and Orlais owes you its future. You have done so much, for my people and for us.
We won't forget this.
What will the two of you do now?
There will be some changes to the court.
Not just the court. Come, stand with us, Inquisitor. We must give the good news to the nobility. Lords and ladies of the court, this is a night for celebration. Those who sought to poison our empire with treason have been brought to justice. It is a new age for Orlais. We shall build a world in which all men and women live in harmony. Let the cornerstone of change be laid. I introduce the newest member of our court, Marquise Briala of the Dales.
This is not just a victory in Halam Shiral, or within the Empire, or even for elves alone. This is a triumph for everyone! Over 1,000 years ago in the Valerian fields, elves and humans together defeated the Imperium. We can do so much more now. We are greater than our ancestors ever dreamed. Together, we will start by saving our world from the enemy who took the divine and tore the sky apart.
It will take all of us to defeat the enemy threatening our world.
We are already tracking these Tevinter agents. Soon they'll have no place to hide.
But that is tomorrow. Tonight, we celebrate our newfound fellowship. Let the festivities commence!
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
I would have stayed, but the punch ran dry. Scandalous.
Indeed. Let us see if you take this piece of news as poorly. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Celine knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat such magic. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
Good point.
What skills do you have that would benefit us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
I'm just worn out. The night has been very long.
It was a tumultuous evening, but Orlais is safe now. It was worth the struggle. Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
I just need a moment.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Maker's mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lord Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
You must think very well of them to suggest such a thing.
Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
Liliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Alam-Shiral. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon, Corypheus will have no place to hide. Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack when you're ready.
Indeed. Okay. Alright. And finally we have gotten that massive piece, that massive section dealt with. But with all of that said and done, I hope you all have had a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next time. So long!